citizen journalism
Oh yes.
and how that is going to impact world flow. Because obviously citizen journalism is beginning in the United States, perhaps here, but is this, I mean, this is a $125 camera, and it hooks immediately, if I go like that, it hooks immediately to the internet, to my computer. It has its own editing software, and then it'll send it anywhere. Does that affect the flow? How do you think, using your crystal ball, that will affect the flow of information?
There'll be more information available, there'll be more perspectives available. Because, you see, traditionally journalism has come from above. Journalism from above. There's institutionalized journalism, there are gatekeepers who select information, edit it for us as ordinary viewers or readers. Now you have this unregulated system of information flow. Ordinary people with new technology are now in a position to send information instantaneously to people around the world, including videos and pictures and what have you. And that has created a kind of multi-perspectival system that you can look at different viewpoints. You don't have to depend on one institutional dominant discourse. Having said that, there's also a lot of what I would describe, banal, everyday stuff on this.
Yeah.
I've been to this holiday place and these are my snaps. Or this is my new cat. I put a picture on that and people circulate that and read it and comment on it. And that's true with blogging also. A lot of it is actually not that exciting. But there are bits and pieces of really interesting, innovative work in there. And with the new technology, that work can circulate around the globe. So I think, from a democratizing principle, it's a great thing that now ordinary citizens have the capacity to make a difference to this. And it makes the work for governments, for corporations, for institutions all that more difficult. They cannot control information the way they could 10 years ago.
Well, and that was my next question. Is this a way to get around some of the government and corporate controls on that flow of information?
See, like with any other new technology, it is open to all kinds of use and misuse. So there would be governments or corporations who might be using this new technology to actually put their point across, arguing that it's actually not coming from us, it's coming from citizens. But actually these citizens may be part of the problem because they are being paid for by a particular interest group. So and therefore you need, at some point, that process of editing and giving it the kind of credibility. If it's a BBC story, or if it's a Reuters story, or it's a New York Times story, in most cases it has to be credible because it has gone through a system of editing, proof checking, fact checking, research, etc., etc. It's interesting that we've been talking here in London, and one of the most well-established media, newspaper, has actually broken the story about the corruption in Parliament and MPs. Not a blogger. It's a 150 years old newspaper. And if it is in a quality newspaper, then it has got greater credibility. Had it been, some kind of blog where people said that the MPs were misusing their funds, I don't think it would carry the same kind of weight. So it's the question. The question is really how this new journalism, this journalism from below, actually acquires a level of credibility that, when it is then used by people with such amount of certainty, that this is actually, this is something we can trust. And that will take time. Let's not forget, it's relatively new phenomenon. it's not very long time ago when the US government actually invited one of the bloggers to be in the White House press conference. Last year, I think, the end of Bush presidency, they invited somebody who had no institutional link. He was the blogger, and he was there in the presidential press conference. So, these things will take time. I think it's early to kind of come to any conclusive interpretation of it, but it's exciting. I think for me, more the merrier, really.